As Mr. Alexander told you, I am a lay caregiver. I have no formal education, no formal training, so why am I here? I like to think I'm here to balance the scales, that I balance bureaucracy, that I bring a point of perspective in the real world. I bring 18 years of experience of 24 hours a day, 7 days a week caregiving. I have a large network of friends who do the same things that I do. I represent a group of caregivers who are called Mother. We are a group of people who take care of our children. Some of my friends have their 40 and 50-year-old children in their homes. They're in their 70s. We have taking care of family members with developmental disabilities represents a group of problems that many of which have not been addressed. If you're able to walk, if you're able to get about, if you're able to get into a building, then the problems are not always as great as if you're sitting in a wheelchair. You can't sit alone. You must be supported. You have to be fed. But I'm not here today to talk about the daily task of providing care. I want to talk about how having a family member with developmental disability impacts on the life of the caregiver. I have a list of a few problems, and so I'll just go down the list and start talking about them. If the timekeeper let me know when my time's up, then I'll just sit down wherever I'm at in the list. The first problem I want to talk about is the problem that we don't talk about. Caregivers of people with developmental disabilities, when we get together, we talk long and we talk fast and we interrupt each other. We have a lot to say. But there's one problem that sits in the back of our mind and we keep it there. It's probably in a telephone conversation on the darkest of days and the deepest of moments that we let that problem surface. And that problem is, who's going to take care of my family member when I die? We spend a lifetime, we invest a lifetime in this person, and usually during the conversation, one of the other of the two people will say, I can't talk about that problem. I'll be sick for the rest of the week. So we put the problem back where it sits all the time. I have a very dear friend who I would nominate for Mother of the Year any day of the week, who has a profoundly mentally retarded daughter who is 22 years old. If that mother does not die suddenly, if that mother does not take leave of her senses, when the time gets close that that mother knows that she can no longer care for that child, I expect to receive a phone call. I expect them to say, we found your friend dead today. We found her child dead also. It looks like murder. It looks like suicide. I will not judge my friend. I understand. While that's not an option for me, my friend is not unique. Many times when we're talking, parents will say, I hope my child dies before I do. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a sad problem when death is the only choice. I don't have a solution to that problem. I think the solution will be a long time in coming. But that is, I think, one of the most pressing problems that we must deal with. And I'm ready to put it back where I keep it and to move on.